Hello everyone, my name is Burhan Vakharia from Active Software. In this video we will cover the features and functionalities of the internal material request or inter-warehouse request. To start with, let me guide you how this module is structured. This module can be used for single step transfer, and this module can also be used for two-step transfers for multi-warehouse, I mean inter-warehouse. To start with, let's see and understand the single step transfer, and then continuing this video we will also cover the multi-step transfer uh, one by one. In this system, I have already installed the module on my database, so you can see it is installed. And once the module is installed, on the general settings, that is under configuration, under general settings, under inventory, we get a new configuration for internal material request. Here there is an option to enable the two-step material request. For now, as we are seeing the demo of one step, I have kept it disabled. So currently it is the module will behave in a one step process. Now currently I was logged in with admin. I will log out, and let's say let me log in with a inventory manager ID here. Okay, now on another browser I have inventory user which I have created. Under inventory menu, under operations, the user will start seeing a new menu called internal material request. So here the user the warehouse user can generate a new material request. So this is the screen, and here the requested by, that means the who has requested this request, the material request, our user. Here stock is needed on which location, so on which location does he need the stock. Let's say he needs the stock on shelf 2. From where does he need the stock? So let's say he needs the stock from WH stock. Picking type, this is internal transfer definitely. Goods needed, request date is today's date, you can also alter it. Goods needed on, that is when the goods are needed. Tentative date he can say, let's say he needs this good on 5th for example. And what materials do he need? So let's say cups, 10 quantities. Very simple to create. I'll just save it. So currently this is in draft state. He will just verify that all the details are okay, the products are okay, and the warehouse user will simply submit this request for approval. The status has been confirmed, and there are another status, the transfer is still pending. So once this is gone, request is now gone to the warehouse user, so I mean warehouse manager. So on the another browser, let's come back to our browser where I logged in with warehouse manager, and I go to the inventory menu. Under operations, internal material request, I see that there is a new request which is in confirm state. There are user, you can also group by state to see the statuses. So this is confirmed. So now the manager will see those buttons, which is approve or reject, where he can take his decision accordingly. Let's say he wants to approve, then the record or the document will be processed further. If he rejects, then system will ask him for a reason that why he wants to reject, and it will update the status of this record accordingly. So let's say he approves here. So this is approved, and as soon as it was approved, a new internal transfer was will be created in the system. Just a second. There was an issue with the access right. So basically what I am trying to explain is the picking is now created, that is the internal transfer will now be initiated once the record is approved. So if we go to the pickings, we see that the internal transfer is now recorded to our on the inventory side, and it is source location is stock, destination is shelf 2, and those two goods are to be transferred. And now the inventory user can start processing this request, and once they validate, I'll put some done quantities. Confirm. So any inventory user who has an access to the system can validate. Once this is processed, uh, if I come to the warehouse user and if I refresh the page, it shows that the request was approved and now there are no pending transfers. It means that all the transfers have been processed successfully and this material request has been uh, processed. So this way, this is the workflow of one step transfer, where a user can create a request, manager can approve, and then the transfer will be created, and the internal guys, the warehouse department guys, can process the transfer further. Next we need to understand is the two-step process. To do that, under settings, under inventory, I will enable the allow materials in two-step here. It is enabled. Now if we go to the inventory user and I go to the inventory operations internal material request, I create a new request here. So again, the system is asking from where the stock is you want, from on which location the stock is needed. So let's say the stock is needed on warehouse 2 location, right? This is the second warehouse of our company where the stock is needed. And from where do you want to deliver the stock? That is, take the stock from WH stock here, and here the picking type will be warehouse 2 internal transfers. Sorry, it will be the transfer will be from warehouse 1, which is this one. Goods needed, let's say I need it on 4th. Now here is the option which is enabled, two-step delivery. We enable this, and on the product, let's say again take bottle, let's say 5 quantities, and cups 5 quantities. I save it. Simply same process, I'll submit it for approval. I'll change the browser, go to the warehouse manager, and now under inventory operations material request, I see that a new request has arrived. I can either approve or reject. For the demo, let's approve it. As soon as I approve, you see there are two pickings created. Why? Because there will be an intermediary transit location used, that is, the stock will go from first warehouse, that is the source warehouse, to transit, and there will be a second transfer which is from transit location to the second warehouse, I mean our destination warehouse. So these are the two pickings. As I explained, this is going from stock to inter warehouse transit, and the second transfer is from warehouse transit to WH stock. That is, the inventory guy from the first warehouse can process this transfer, and it will be sent towards the transit location. And as soon as the goods are received at the destination warehouse, the destination warehouse person can process this transfer, and the goods will be received in the second warehouse. So this is the functionality or the working of this module. We have covered both the scenarios here, one step, two steps. We also saw with multi inter warehouse transfers. So that's it. If you have any queries, feel free to write to us or contact us for any sort of queries you have, any sort of questions. Thanks for watching the video, and thank you for your time.